Hey everybody, how's it going? So today I wanted to talk a little bit about Paul Daniels. Paul Daniels is responsible for the multimeter software I use that allows the value from the multimeter to show up here on the screen so I don't have to read it out loud to you anymore. This software is very useful because the software that I used to use from B&K for the Precision 390A multimeter is absolute utter trash that was recycled from some Windows 95, 98 looking kind of code that just, it works like junk, it's buggy, it's clearly not made for Windows 7 or 10, and just doesn't work right. And this other Tech Power multimeter that I had, the battery would last on it only a few days at a time if you used it in serial mode, and they would typically die within a period of 2 to 3 months. So Paul Daniels' software, for free, allowed me to post a multimeter on the screen. His other software that I use is software called Flexboard View. Flexboard View allows me to look at the board layout files that I'm able to find on these random corners of the internet and show me where all the signals are on the motherboard and really just kind of figure out where they go to different, where they interconnect to each other and so on and so forth, what the different probe points mean. It's very, very useful software. Paul Daniels started working on this when he was watching my videos and realized Lewis is using Landrex TestLink. TestLink is software that I believe has not been updated since 1995 or 1996. And it's as bad as you can imagine for software that was essentially designed for Windows 3.1 to Windows 95. It's absolutely effing awful. It's complete trash that has no place in modern civilized society. He saw a problem and thought, I think I know how to make that problem a little better. Let me work on it. And thanks to that, tens of thousands of people that do this for a living now have better software to work with that makes them faster and more productive. I also use a program called Flexboard View. Flexboard View is a paid version of Flexboard View that goes far beyond just doing normal board view stuff and allows me to look through every single PDF in a folder to find a specific part on a different donor board. Let's say if I'm out of a certain donor board, if I'm working on an 11-inch and I want to figure out, well, it's not common to work on 11-inch MacBook Airs, and can I find this transistor on a 13-inch donor board and tell me exactly where it is? Or if I click on a transistor or a specific signal, I can click one button, it'll automatically skip through in the schematic and show me where it is, or vice versa. I right-click on a signal on the schematic and it'll show me everywhere it shows up on the board. It's very, very useful software. And when this software came out, I was talking about it very positively all the time, very enthusiastically, because somebody just showed up and solved a problem of mine that with that open source piece of software, Flexboard View, and the multimeter software. Essentially open source, free, just for the hell of it. And I was very taken back by this kind gesture. Now, I was getting accused in live chat every now and then. It's like some people were joking, but then some people were clearly with the, the IQ room temperature thing, very seriously saying that I was a paid shill, that Paul Daniel, it was an undisclosed sponsorship, and I was raking in the Australian dollars on this scam. And so I responded in a typical sarcastic way that I usually do, which is, okay, I'm going to do the opposite of the influencer thing. So I've talked about in the NordVPN videos how you have these companies that will never stop reaching out to you and just spam your inbox. And they don't just want you to do a video on their product. They demand that you list the specific features that they mention. It's not good enough that you shill a product that you've barely used. You need to shill the product using their exact ad copy text. It's complete shit. So I decided, yeah, fuck it. Let's just do the exact opposite of that. You think I'm a and I did what I stereotypically do. I'm what they call a user. So yeah, at the store, it's kind of known that any piece of software or hardware, I will figure out a way to break it or use it in a way that it's not designed to be used and screw it up because that's just me. So, I'll blame the multimeter software when I forget to hit the RS-232 button on my meter. How dare it not tell me that I forgot to turn serial mode on? Or if I open up the board view and I use the, if I hit the key to rotate it and it doesn't rotate because that button changed 8 versions ago and I was too lazy to check the manual or even just set my own custom keys, I'll blame the software. If I open it up and the board is opened vertically rather than horizontally because I haven't opened the window all the way, I'll blame the software rather than how I open the window and the program being responsive because I'm a user. So I kind of created this both self-deprecating but also insulting thing where I would insult the software for not working right and being a piece of crap, but also self-deprecating because I'm essentially being a dumbass and clearly not fucking using it properly. And the whole thing there was to, if I'm going to get accused of being a shill, let's just flip that on its head kind of thing. And it was I thought it was interesting for a while. The problem that I have and where I've been really irresponsible with this is realizing the size of my audience or how it grows. So I don't have an audience that grows 1 or 2 or 3 people a day anymore. I remember in 2013 and 2014, I could look and I could see, oh my God, I got 5 new subscribers today. And I thought that was a lot. But that's still a fairly tight-knit and small community. That's different from when you are growing by a rate of 900 or 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 subscribers a day. And if a running joke like that continues for long enough, we're now at a point where there's 200,000 or 300,000 people here now that have no idea where that began, that may watch my content and think that I just think Paul Daniels sucks. And I think that's pretty shitty of me to do to him, not even really thinking about this in advance of continuing that going, and I think it was kind of shitty, and I think it deserves an apology. So my apologies to Paul Daniels. If you don't believe this, you can look at my site over here. I actually have a section on here in mail-in repair because a lot of people will ask me about MacBook repair in other countries, and I can't answer them. So I got the mail-in form for myself, I got mail-in repair over here, but if you're in Australia, the only other repair shop I recommend on my site, Paul Daniels, right here. And his software can be found on pldaniels.com. I genuinely appreciate what he's done for the repair community. One of the coolest things that he's working on right now is he would like for this software to be able to work with iPhone board views. So right now, a big problem is, yeah, you can get access to MacBook board views, but the only way to get access to the iPhone ones is this software phone board. It's actually coming along pretty well, but it's still not all the way caught up to ZXW Tool or ZXW Tool. ZXW Tool is this little USB. You have to pay a yearly rate for it. It's a subscription service. But the main issue is you plug a USB dongle in your computer that you get from the Chinese that connects to the internet, and you give it privileges. And it's just like, no. Just no. I don't want to do that. I don't want to have a computer in my office plugged in using your USB dongle telling Xi Jinping God knows what. Just no, I don't want that. I'd rather have open source software where we can look at the code, see who it's calling, not have a dongle that has to plug into my computer and then have access to the internet. Just no. And Paul Daniels' Software, he's been working night and day on getting this up and running, working with iPhone board views, trying to decode them, figure out how they work so that his software will be as functional as ZXW Tool, but without all the phoning home kind of stuff. And I think that that's really cool, and that genuinely deserves a pat in the back. You can find Paul Daniels at pldaniels.com or at youtube.com/19pld73. That's youtube.com/19pld73. Jeez. I sound like Joe Biden telling people how to text to get information on his campaign. I'm losing it. Anyway, that's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. That's Blackberry over here. Listen to Black. That's a little Blackberry. She's so cute. Should I end the video, Blackberry, or should I just pet you for 3 minutes? Good girl. Good girl. That's my kitty. I love my berry. So, see you in the next one.